Alright, hey you guys, it is TsubakiSwagg, and I'm coming to you with my review of Naruto, chapter 668, the beginning of the Red Spring. Okay, first off, I have to say, I'm going to cry if Guy dies. Like, for real, I really will probably shed a tear if Guy dies. Like, for real, Guy has become one of my favorite characters in the whole series. Like, in the series as a whole, Guy is one of my favorite characters. And the fact that he is a possibility that he will die because he just opened the 8th gate hurts my heart a little bit. But that's neither here nor there. This chapter was pretty freaking awesome. But also, we kind of know that, in a way, well, we all know that Kishimoto, whenever somebody is about to die, he will give them a flashback of their life, and then he kills them off. It's just the way Kishimoto handles his business. So, it's kind of like, in that way, it's almost inevitable that Guy is going to die. But I don't know, there's a possibility. There's always a possibility that he might not die. But because of the flashback, I have a feeling that Guy is going to die. But in the flashback, it was actually pretty interesting. We learned a little bit more about Guy when he was a kid and his dad died, which I still think is funny. So is Guy and die. But we learned more about his dad and why Guy is the way he is, and this chapter was pretty awesome. And has anybody else ever noticed that all three of his like transformations, it begins in like morning, it's like morning, noon, and evening, and now it's like the evening elephant. That just sounds so awesome. Like, it's gonna be a big fiery, like he's gonna have a big fiery elephant and he's gonna like trample Madara. That would make me happy. If Guy dies, at least if he takes out Madara, that would make me happy. But we get to see like Guy when he was a kid, and then Guy when he was like Lee's age, and his dad pretty much sacrificed himself to save Guy and everybody else in his unit. So, well, in his team. So, but then also, that makes me wonder, did his dad pretty much just sacrifice himself for nothing? Because they were going up against the 7 swordsmen of the mist. And if somebody can tell me how they died, or if Guy even killed some of them, because we know that Zabuza and Kasame were the only two that were still living up until, well, not necessarily recently, but up until like before all the fights started happening. So if anybody could tell me how the other 5 died, that would be awesome. But so maybe God didn't, hopefully he took out at least one of them, because if he did, that would make up for the fact that it seems like he sacrificed himself and opened that gate for absolutely nothing. But he was a good dad, even though he was really hard on Guy. He taught Guy that even though he can't use ninjutsu or genjutsu, he can still excel in using taijutsu. And he can become an excellent shinobi without having to be able to use like ninjutsu or genjutsu. So he did instill that into Guy's life, but it's still kind of sad that his dad died, and he wasn't really there to be there for him after he got older. But Guy got to do that for Lee, so I guess Lee is kind of like his son that he never had. But this chapter, it was so freaking sad. And of course, like, Minato and Kakashi and Lee were trying to talk him out of opening the 8th gate, but he still did it anyways. And he caught Madara off guard, because Madara looked a little shocked when he came towards, like, when Guy came towards him. So I'm looking forward to seeing the next episode. And Guy's transformation, he looks so freaking epic. Oh my goodness, I wasn't ready. I was not ready, but he looks so awesome. I want to see what happens in the next episode, in the next chapter. It's about to get good. Finally, it's starting to pick up again, because I was about to rule out reading Naruto ever again for the rest of my life after all this BS has happened lately. But I'm actually looking forward to reading the next chapter. It looks pretty interesting. I think I'm going to also learn more about like what Kabuto is planning on doing in the war and what Obito is planning on doing and how they're going to stop Madara finally. And maybe somebody can like save Guy and he won't die. That rhymed. But maybe somebody can like save him before he dies and Madara get taken out and Naruto will get the 9 tails back and maybe Gaara will get the 1 tails and B will get his 8 tails back. That would be awesome. I still want to know what happened to Guy. Guy is probably still laid out on the field somewhere rapping to himself. And nobody is helping him. I still want to know what happened to Guy. But that's neither here nor there. That is another topic for another video. But I'm going to cut this one short before I start rambling. But as always, I would love to hear what y'all think is going to happen in the next chapter. But please, 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 please remember to comment, rate, and subscribe. It's free. And as always, this is TsubakiSwagg. Oh yeah, before I cut off the video, I have an announcement. I have a PS3. That was a gift that was given to me by somebody very close to me. So now I have a PSN. If you want to add me, it's TsubakiSwagg. It's the same name as my YouTube name. No spaces or anything. It's just TsubakiSwagg. So if you want to add me on PSN, go right ahead. I will happily add everyone. But anyways, as I was saying, this is TsubakiSwagg saying adios.